Hi, welcome back. It's Laura at Hyperstamper. I really like this journal that I have just finished today. This is from the haul video that I did a few days ago, and I used this book called Lavender and Old Lace, and it is very old. It's 122 years old, and this is a book by Myrtle Reed. I've done a lot of her books into junk journals, and this, even though it's very old and tattered, it's intact. I love how well it's been aged. It's got this beautiful gold border, the original glued down piece here, and this lovely rose border in navy on light blue. And then, of course, the spine, lavender and old lace, and the back is fully intact. I added this vintage brooch here, and I really love it. I just thought it went perfect with this colorful, the color, sorry, with the gold here and the pearls kind of with that creamy color. And then I've got a gold chain here with some pearls down the side. And I just love it. And I added, of course, you have to have lace in a lavender and old lace book. So I've got some lace or crochet lace here. I've got some in here. This is the original spine of this book that I used. And then I made this out of a 1920s children's book page. And inside is this book page from the 1800s. And it is called The Children in the Wood. Look at this sweet little children sleeping in the field here. And we've got the birds bringing them leaves. And then I've got this piece of antique paper on the back for journaling on. And that's tucked into this lovely little pocket here. And then on the back is this really cute little image here as well. Jack Hornby story. So lots going on there. I absolutely love it. And I'll just tuck that right back in there. Got some lace here. And then these are the original first pages of the book here. And as you can see here, this book is from 1902. I made this little journaling envelope here with a little cluster on there, and then a very lovely little children's book page here. Isn't that sweet? I've got the flip side is pretty. I made this flower out of antique book paper, and then this is from 1922 art education book. It's lovely. I love it. It's almost a glossy paper. It is very good quality paper for the 20s. And this is an index card, large one, from a vintage recipe book. Shortcuts, something I love. There's a full color page from the art design book, and which is a big deal. And then I made this page out of a children's book page, or this pocket. And then this is a bakery receipt from 1953 in here from the Cracker Baker. That's so fun. Crackers and biscuits. I didn't even notice that. Another wonderful little image here. And this is a plate I pulled out of, this was actually from the Highlands of Scotland book. And this is Glen Slagachen Sky. Love it. A little piece of vintage embroidery down here. And a teeny tiny little poem, Wings. Wings that flutter in sunny air. So I put this little bit of butterfly lace there. And then over here, I've got this wonderful magazine page of hairstyles from the 50s. I love it. Isn't that wonderful? And then a coffee ad on the other side. Coffee cake. Just wonderful. Look at that beautiful blue. That's like 70 years old. What? A vintage bingo card from my haul. And that's a vintage sewing book page all about scissors. Which I have about 3,000 pairs in my house here. And then just a vintage, fun vintage journaling card and some beautiful crochet doily here, vintage. 1920s children's book page. This is a 1940s dust jacket cover that it was completely torn apart, so I was able to save her, and I really, really like it. And then I got another wonderful children's book page here with some paper on the back for journaling. 1950s postage stamp collector's book page, and this wonderful 1930s children's book page on that fuzzy cardstock. Isn't that wonderful? And they made the little wolf there out of snow and threw snowballs at it. Then I made a little pocket here, and I put in my vintage bird collectors birds, eggs, and their nests book here. And tuck that right into there. And there's the flip side of that antique book page. And this is another vintage book page here. That's the other sewing book page. This is a plate out of the Bookhouse book. I forget forget which one. I think it was up a pair of stairs maybe. And then this here is an old filing folder, and I put a window and put some fabric in there, fabric lace in there. I kind of like that. 1940s Theater Arts magazine page, and it's got wonderful advertisements in there. And then just some vintage paper here. And more lace here, and a doily book here from the 50s. You'll see some images of that. Another wonderful 1920s antique book page here, Crusoe's. This is a 1923 banknote that I turned into a belly band and put this tag in it here that has 2 little mini tags in it. Isn't that fun? I like it. I like it a lot. Another children's book page. This is a vintage tapestry that I've cut down and then put some antique paper underneath for a hidden journaling spot. And there's that lovely doily page there from the crocheted and doily book. And pineapple doily. I learned what a pineapple doily is, and wow, so cool. And when I have a journal that has a pineapple doily in it, you will see, because I actually have lots of pineapple doilies that I did not know they were called that. Typing page, how to type, from the school book. And then this is a 1920s page here, Bed in Summer. More, look at that, how cute is that? More journaling paper on the back of that one. And this is a wonderful children's book page, How the Beaver's Tail Became Flat. Vintage sewing pattern there. It's got the zigzag scissor cut, which I love. Vintage dictionary page and a little women pocket here from the early 1900s. And that has long ago been made into a journal. Another wonderful, the reason I didn't put paper on this is because it had this wonderful story about Mother Goose and Humpty Dumpty and the original rhymes there. So I left that intact. But if you want, you can turn it into a journaling page by just adding some paper to one side. This is from October 10th, 1895 from the Youth's Companion. And this is a really fun page. There we go. And this one has the most fantastic ads in it. Oh, they're just so much fun. You'll have so much fun reading this. And I love this one article here. It's in every edition of this paper, Nuts to Crack. And it's really a fun little read. I had so much fun with that collection. This is another dust jacket from a 1940s book, Face Powder and Gunpowder. And I turned that into a pocket here. Put another antique children plate from a book, not a children's book necessarily. And then some antique paper on the back. Isn't that lovely? She's playing the old organ there. Another vintage dictionary page here. Birds and flowers on the other side. Another cluster. This is a vintage playing card of a Victorian woman, the present. And this was cut very badly by whoever I got this from. But it's from the 20s. Snow White. And that is the last page of our book. And I put a little pocket here that I'm going to put a surprise in, but I always like to keep one thing a surprise. So that's going on Etsy now, hyperstamper.etsy.com. I hope you'll visit, and I hope you'll subscribe. Thanks.